A lot of people are upset with the referees in the Bills and Chiefs game. They seem to feel like the referees determined the outcome of the game, whether it be Josh Allen's failed fourth down conversion where they attempted the tush push, seemed like he may have got it, and the referees still ruled that it was then the Chiefs' ball who went down the field to get a touchdown. They seem to think that Xavier Worthy's big, incredible catch should have not been a catch because it touched the ground. I have varying opinions on both of these plays, but first I wanted to address the failed fourth down conversion. When you take a look at this play, in my opinion, I do think the referees got it wrong. When you're looking down the line of scrimmage and you can see Josh Allen pushing for the line to gain, I understand you cannot see exactly where the football is, but unless this ball just disappears and you think it warped backwards in time, you have to assume that it crosses the line to gain there. Where else do you think the ball is when you freeze frame it where Josh Allen is at his furthest down the field before his progress is stopped? In my opinion, there is nowhere else the ball could possibly be except past the first down line of scrimmage. And it does not really make sense to me that on the field they went with the spot of the referee who seemed to be at Josh Allen's back. I think they should have went with the other referee spot as the initial ruling, which probably likely would have led to a first down because ultimately they felt like they didn't have enough evidence to overturn. I do think the referees get it wrong here. Now I want to get to the Xavier Worthy catch, and a lot of people seem to feel like this wasn't a catch because the ball hit the ground. But when you watch this play, as Xavier Worthy is going to the ground, he has the ball pinned between his arm, the Bills defender, and his own shoulder as he goes towards the ground. As he hits the ground, the ball does not move at all. I do not think the ground helped him catch the ball here, thus making it, in my opinion, a catch. And since the play on the field was ruled a catch, I don't think there is anywhere close to enough evidence for the referees to make the decision that they should overturn the call. I think it would have been splitting hairs either way, and since on the field in real time the referee felt it was a catch, I think they were right to not overturn it. Here, I think the referees got it right. Now, the bigger discussion of this game is that the referees always rig the game calls big or small in favor of the Chiefs so that they win. But I don't think that could be anything further from the truth, and the reason people are always upset about the Chiefs winning is just because they're winning, and they're looking for some external reason rather than just accepting the fact the Chiefs are good and more consistent than everyone else. The Bills, they were 5 for 14 on third down conversions. The Chiefs were 5 for 9, and the Chiefs converted their only fourth down conversion. Patrick Mahomes did fumble early in the game, which the Bills did capitalize on and went down the field and got a touchdown. This Bills team just needed to force more mistakes. This Chiefs team is comfortable in every single situation you could possibly put them in, and if you're only getting one turnover on a Patrick Mahomes fumble early in the game and you're not forcing more mistakes and your defense allows 32 points, you were never going to win this game. I also think we can look to how the Bills-Ravens game went and know that the Bills needed to create more turnovers in order to beat this Chiefs team that, in my opinion, was more talented. As you watched the Bills and Ravens game, the Ravens made some brutal mistakes that led to Bills points on some really bad turnovers from Lamar Jackson or Mark Andrews. Despite those huge mistakes, the Ravens, I think, proved throughout the course of the game they were the more talented team, pushing the ball down the field, almost getting the game to overtime if Mark Andrews did not drop the 2-point conversion. The Ravens were the more talented team but could not overcome their mistakes. In the Chiefs-Bills game, in order for the Bills to win, they needed to force more Patrick Mahomes mistakes, or they needed to force a fumble on some Chiefs player in order to get points off of that. They did not create more opportunities for themselves. And since the Chiefs are the more consistent, more talented team, in my opinion, across the board, except running back you could put in favor of James Cook, there was one way to beat this Chiefs team, and it was by creating turnovers. Now, to expand upon the narrative that the league is rigged in favor of the Kansas City Chiefs to three-peat, or the Kansas City Chiefs to always win football games, I think it is ridiculous. I mean, the moment you think about it critically for about 4 seconds, you should also think it's ridiculous. Why in the world would the Raiders be playing 3 head coaches to not coach for them if they knew they had no chance because it was rigged in favor of the Chiefs? Why in the world would the Cleveland Browns have ever done that Deshaun Watson contract if they knew they had no chance at making it to the Super Bowl because it was rigged in favor of the Chiefs? Why in the world are the richest teams in the NFL so bad if the league was just rigged for money? The Cowboys are one of the most valuable sports franchises in the entire world, yet they haven't even been to a conference championship in 30 years. If the NFL is rigged, why are the Jets and Giants on a yearly basis as pathetic as they are? You would think the NFL, if it was rigged for money, would have the richest teams constantly winning, but that is the furthest thing from reality. You're telling me that they picked Kansas City, Missouri as the team in the NFL that they are going to rig it for money? Let's be serious here for a second. They would pick a team like the Dallas Cowboys or a New York team that is more valuable, more popular, has a larger fan base than anybody else if it was rigged for money and views. The Chiefs are just like the Patriots dynasty, where they're better than almost everyone else, and if they're not more talented than another team, they're more consistent than the team on the other side of the field. Let me know what your general thoughts are down in the comments below. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.